Hello, Dr. Setapong Malik-Suwan. Thanks for joining ON A BIZ program today. Today, the National Broadcasting and Telecommunication Commissions hold a press conference to tell the public about its performance in the past year and what is operational plan for 2013. Colonel Setapong, as the Vice Chairman of NBTC and Chairman of the NTC, could you tell our program what is the key performance of NBTC and NTC in the past year?
In the past year, we have done so many things, and they are all key and major activities that we should drive the telecommunication sector of Thailand. But anyway, what we have to do is that we have to keep on track, on the right track, on the master plan of the telecommunication business plan, and also we also need to keep track on the master plan of the spectrum management plan. We have two plans. We're dealing with both plans in last year. The first one is related to spectrum management plan. We need to focus on how we utilize the spectrum in terms of a very high efficiency and trying to apply the spectrum to gain the benefit to Thai people in the whole country. That is a very important role for our commission. For the Telecommunication Commission, we need to protect consumer as well. That is the major role of the commission in telecommunication. Well, I can say that the remarkable work that we have done last year is we issued the 3G license on 2.1 gigahertz. That is very, I can say that that is the successful case for our telecommunication commission. Why? Because when we issue the license on 2.1 gigahertz, we can eliminate the problems about the lack of spectrum on the mobile business services, and also we can utilize the spectrum on 2.1 gigahertz, which is kind of like an empty spectrum in the past, and we can generate as a value for the country. So that is very large impact on our country, because it means that if you can do that, you can transfer or change the country from concessional regime to licensing regime. That is a major role of the commission. The full universal service obligation mission that we have done last year, we create so many projects to serve rural area people. For the example, we issue the spectrum for WiMAX technology. The WiMAX technology is a very important technology related to broadband technology that can be applied to the hospital services and also for educational services as well. That is one major activity that we have done last year. And also, if you have heard about how we utilize the spectrum for emergency response. For example, we utilize the spectrum to serve military, to serve policemen in the southern province in the southern area. That is also we serve for national security activities as well. And another one, we serve 191 number. We can say that we add a value-added service on 191 number for the policeman mission. As you know that we use voice communication for 191, but today you can send SMS to notice or to ask for help. You know, for example, if you can take a picture or you have a video recorder on your mobile phone, you can send it via 191 number to the police station, and then they can come to help you, or you can record it as evidence, you know, for utilize it after that. And that is only example that we trying to make a spectrum in terms of value of the society. For the license that we are looking for the near future, we are also preparing for the 1.8 gigahertz spectrum. As you know that 1.8 gigahertz spectrum, the concession will be terminated in the near future, which is this year in September. We also initiate the subcommittee to deal with this problem, because it is kind of very big problem and have an impact on society. In this spectrum, we have about almost 20 subscribers. That is very you know, big problem that we have to prepare for it.
We will get back to that issue later on. Apart from the success, you have mentioned the success of the auction of 2.1 gigahertz last year. What do you expect will be your major operational plan for 2013?
For 2013, the major activities that we are focusing on is that we focusing on consumer protection. We are trying to develop you know, notification, and also we're trying to develop the process that we protect the consumer. Today, the process is kind of very long process to attack the problem. So today we're trying to cut it, you know, make it shorten and make it faster to attack the problem. This year, the Commission will travel all around the country to solve the problem in rural area. For example, if we know we have a problem related to consumer protection in any area in the country, we will go there and we will talk to people, we will talk to officers that related to this work, and we will join and directly attack the problem. So I believe that if commissioners, all 5 commissioners, can work with you know, consumers directly, we can solve the problem faster and understand the problem. If you understand the problem, finally you can solve the problem and you can solve it fast.
I wonder what are the major issues of consumer problems so far that you have received?
We have a very big issue about prepaid issue. From the notification, if you refer to the notification, you can, operator cannot limit the number of days that allow the consumer to use the SIM card. But today it's not like that, because they just say that, okay, if you don't pay for the fee, they're gonna cut you know, the day of the usage in telecommunication, in mobile communication service. So that is a problem. So that's why we have to attack this problem. Yesterday, the Secretary General already announced that operator cannot, you know, identify the number of days to limit the usage of the SIM card, prepaid SIM card. And we're gonna fine them if they try to you know, break the rule. And I believe that we can solve this problem if operator and consumer and also commissioners understand the problem. Next month, we trying to modify or develop the notification because I believe that today this notification is, it's not practical. So we have to change something because it's very difficult to use it in the real market today. This notification announced a very long time ago, about 2 or 3 years ago, so we need to change something. And we have to make understanding to the consumer that we may have to, limit the date of usage of the SIM card on prepaid service in the near future.
So apart from your plan to protect consumer, are there any other major plan for this year, 2013?
For this year, as I told you, we will shorten. It's going to cut down to maybe 50%. So that means that we can solve the problem faster. And also we can finish the problem. I think we can solve maybe more than 80% of the problems. Last year we have a success rate about 80% for the solution of the consumer protection. But today I believe that we can increase up to 90%. But anyway, I mean for myself, for the satisfaction, no, I don't think we reach the satisfied threshold. I think we should, add more channels for consumers to communicate to commissioners. So in this year, as I told you, we will go to the ground. I mean, seems like commissioners look like a very high-ranking officer, but I don't think that is it can solve the problem. So commissioners need to down to the earth, need to walk and talk to people, go to the rural area, work together. That is, I think, is going to be a new dimension of work for the commissioners.
I believe another key issue that the MBTC will have to deal with is the ASEAN Economic Community, which will come into effect in the next few years in 2015. How MBTC is preparing Thailand to become a leading member of AEC?
In telecommunication sector, as you know, in our country, it's very complex. We have concessionaire contract, and also we have licensing contract. But actually, today, world changed so fast. We have to change from concessionaire regime to licensing regime as soon as possible. And this is our major law. We have to change from concessionaire regime to licensing regime. And also we have to reduce the cost of operation on telecommunication sector. That is very important thing. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to revise the notification related to infrastructure sharing. We call infrastructure sharing. The infrastructure sharing, for example, you may heard about tower core, fiber core. Tower is like a tower, telecom tower. We put antenna, we put microwave antenna on the tower and radiate electromagnetic wave all around the cell. And also we have optical fiber to transfer data, voice, video on the cable. So that is all resources in telecommunication. After concession end, as you know, TOT, CAT Telecom, they will have infrastructure like tower and fiber. A lot of things will transfer back to TOT and CAT Telecom. So they need to organize it and use it efficiently. For example, they need to think new model of business related to fiber core and tower core. For our role, we have to make a notification to serve license related to tower core and fiber core. So it make them do the business on telecommunication resource. For example, TOT may ask for a license to operate tower core company or maybe fiber core company. Even they don't have spectrum, they don't have money to come to join the auction. But they still have a very large resource like fiber, like tower, so they can do the business. That is another thing that TOT and Cat Telecom need to prepare for. And for us, we have to regulate. Actually, we call deregulate. Deregulate means that we make it free, open the market, open new chance, open new opportunities for telecommunication sectors. Even, for example, we issue new spectrum, we issue new license on fiber core, tower core. If you have so many licenses, so many companies doing the business in the telecommunication sector, you will see that we're going to have very higher quality of service and lower cost. So that is the open market.
Yeah, because
so
there
that
will
is the
be
big
competition.
role. It's going to be
higher
free
competition.
higher competition.
And I wonder whether when after we become a member of AEC and NEC become effective, would there be more other company from other Asian nation to compete in our telecom business?
Okay, I would like to connect the dot. After we talking about infrastructure sharing, we have more company working on fiber core, tower core, working on new spectrum. We can reduce cost of operation. We doing infrastructure sharing. If you share the infrastructure, we can reduce the cost. That is the major role that we are trying to prepare for entering to the AEC 2015. When you prepare everything like this, you're ready to go. That means that the country all around ASEAN community would like to come to join your business because you have very low cost, low investment. If you have low cost, you low investment, so you have a benefit. You have infrastructure to serve new company. That is preparing for the AEC 2015. And if you ask about, hey, we gonna have new companies come to join our
Foreign
business?
company.
Foreign company. Talking about foreign company today is not very interesting for them because why? We have the act of law related to foreign company. They can join the business, but they limit to up to 49% for the sharing on the business, right? But I hope that in the near future we're going to have a new commitment. We may have to open our country and increase the foreign company to hold the share up to 70%. If we can increase up to 70% for share, I mean for the shareholding, so we can ask for help. we can say ask for help because our country, we need investor. We cannot stay alone. For example, telecommunication business you cannot do by yourself. You have to ask for partners. You have to ask for investor come to join your business. So business can grow very fast. So that's why the limitation is about the act of law related to foreign business. So we have to change it. If not, it's going to be very difficult to ask for the investor from ASEAN come to join the business in our country. I mean, especially for telecommunication sector.